Galaxy Television. There you have the ingredients.
Really nice.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to my kitchen.
On the program today, we will be preparing Afang soup, Efo riro, Egusi soup, groundnut soup.
We're preparing ogbono soup. I love ogbono soup so much.
I just love this food.
Hey people, it is another day to do some cooking. Hello out there, thank you for joining us today on the program Tasty Port on Galaxy Television. I am so excited to know that you're there. Thank you once again for making it a date. My name is Tolulope Gaskin. Yes, you know, when you see me on a day like this, it is time to do some cooking as well as some eating. And of course, as a certified foodie that I am, I'll be here to take you through the process of today's delicacy. What are we preparing today? I hear you ask yourself. Alright, today we'll be preparing, drum roll, Afang soup. Afang soup. Yes, have you heard that before? Afang soup is peculiar to those from the Akwa Ibom part of Nigeria, you know, the Niger Delta, Akwa Ibom. The Igbos also, they prepare Afang soup, but they don't call it Afang, they call it Ofeweri. Yes. Okay, before I talk too much and take the whole of your time, let's begin the program in earnest. Sit back, relax, because I'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. First of all, let me show you the different ingredients we will be using or making use of for today's meal, Afang soup. Okay, first of all, here you have the proteins. There I have some beef with tripe, popularly called shaki. You can see that over there. Here is some meat stock, not too much. And for the meat, I boiled it with some little bit of ginger, garlic, and turmeric. The reason is because I wanted to, you know, have that unique taste. And before you crucify me to say, oh, that is not a native ingredient, well, I would like for you to give it a try and see how it tastes. You know, try to boil your meat with those spices I just mentioned. Garlic, ginger, and turmeric. Oh man, you're going to like it. Okay, so that's the secret to that. Then this is some meat stock, like I said. This is some yellow pepper, roughly, you know, chopped. That is blended crayfish. This is some stockfish. It's actually stockfish head. It's been boiled with the meat, you know, to make it soft so as not to save time. And also this is periwinkle. What is periwinkle? What is Afang soup without periwinkle? Now let me tell you something about periwinkle. There are actually two types that you can make use of for your Afang soup. The first one is the one with the shell, the shelled periwinkle. Okay, you have to cut off the tail or the tiny part. You know, you cut it off, and then you can cook it in the soup like that, or you can go for the one that is already you know, shelled, just like this. I prefer this because I'm not very used or conversant with having to suck, you know, that shell, the periwinkle out of the shell. But the Akwa Ibomites will say that is the main thing when it comes to Afang soup. But today we'll be making use of this. And of course, this is some dried catfish. This is momo. This is Afang leaf. This Afang leaf has been pounded. Now, I don't like for it to be very smooth. No, I want to, you know, feel that leafy. I want to be able to chew some leaves, if you understand what I mean. So this has been pounded. Now, if you don't want to go through the stress of pounding, you can do some blending. You blend it roughly, just a little bit of pulsing. Okay, not too smooth, but of course the choice is yours. So that is Afang leaf. This is water leaf. All right, water leaf, some seasoning, and some seasoning cubes and some salt. Now, Afang soup is like a sister to Afang soup. Edikaikon soup, you know, it's a mixture of water leaf and some ugu leaves, while Afang soup is a mixture of water leaf and Afang leaves. The Igbos call it ukazi. So here you have some palm oil. Okay, so the stock goes in. Now, like I said earlier, don't forget not to overuse the stock. Let's start with something, you know, little, a bit. Your meat. The pomon goes in. Some yellow pepper. Now, if you don't want to put yellow pepper, you can add Cameroon pepper. Okay. You can add Cameroon pepper. Palm oil, like 2 cooking spoons or more, depending on your preference. Now, one thing you need to know about cooking is if you want your cooking or you want to not to waste time in the kitchen, there's what we call meal prep. Yes, meal prep. Like, as you can see, I already, you know, prepped my ingredients. So it is very easy for me. It's not I'm boiling my meat and at the same time I'm slicing this, at the same time I'm doing that. That will take more time. So this is going to be very quick. Some blended crayfish go in. I'm going to leave that to simmer a bit so that the palm oil can, you know, cook. And then after that, we cover it a bit for say 3-4 minutes for the palm oil to, you know, cook. Then after, we come back. So let's see how. Can you see that bubbling? It's bubbling. Okay, next goes our periwinkles. Oh, I love periwinkles, so I'm going to be very generous, you know, with the periwinkle today. All right, there goes the periwinkle. Now, the water leaf. Now for the water leaf, some people, they wash the water leaf, you know, to get rid of some of the excess water. Now, I don't really like that method because I believe that doing that would, you know, make one lose the nutrients in the vegetable. So if you think that the water leaf would, you know, give your pot of soup too much water, there are two things you can actually do. The first thing is to allow your water leaf to wilt. You can put them in the sun for some time, allow it to wilt before you slice, or you reduce your stock, you know, in the pot. If you do any of those two, you're going to arrive at a very good consistency. Do you understand? You can either sun dry your water leaf to wilt for a while, or you can reduce your stock. Now you will notice that I haven't added any salt or seasoning cube or anything. It is intentional, and the reason is because I already, boiled or steamed my meat with enough seasoning cubes and salt. Okay, so I'm going to do the tasting much later to see if I have what I want or I need some more. Okay, next is smoked or dried catfish. Can you see how many proteins are going into this pot of soup? But not to worry, you can actually use whatever you have. Okay? Let me cover this for a while to allow the water leaf, release all its water content. And then we'll see if we need some more or we are good to go. Don't go anywhere. Let me quickly clear up my workspace. I'll be back shortly to check on our pot of soup. All right, let's check on our... Isn't this looking nice already? Wow, I like what I'm seeing. Do you? Okay, the stockfish. I'm adding the stockfish as the last protein because I have boiled it previously and it is very soft. Very soft. Okay, so don't go and add your own last and you've not boiled it too. Okay, now if you look closely at the spot, you would see that it's almost like there's no water content at all. Can you see? In spite of the quantity of water leaves I used. So you see the secret now goes in our afang. Afang. The proportion of your afang leaf to the water leaf depends on, how they sell afang in your own area. The quantity I used was actually 400 naira worth. Okay, and because it is water leaf season, the water leaf is not expensive at all. So if you're cooking yours, you can make sure that your water leaf is twice the size of your afang leaf. Don't forget that. Water leaf twice the size and your afang leaf one portion. Can you see? So now, having added all of my ingredients, I'm going to taste now for salt and seasoning cubes. Oh my! You need to be here, really. You really need to taste this. Or, okay, you really need to try this. So ensure that the next time you're thinking of what soup am I going to prepare, please think of Afang Soup. It is very delicious as well as nutritional. It's perfect. It is perfect. So let's see. This is the consistency of the soup. If you want it this way, all well and good. But if you want it to be more, say, not as thick as this, you can add a little bit of either water or stock, depending on the taste of what you have here. All right, people. So 1 or 2 more minutes, I'm going to take this off the heat so as not to overcook the vegetable. And voila, our Afang soup is ready You want to know what we are pairing this with? The best thing to pair Afang soup with is actually fufu, yes, or akpu, as it is fondly called, fufu or akpu. So we'll be pairing this with fufu, and of course, after preparing our dish, my guests will taste it and give you an idea of how it tastes like. All right, I'm sure you want to know how this sumptuous pot of soup tastes. So don't go anywhere. The program is still Tasty Pot on Galaxy Television. We head on now to the dining section where my guest is waiting to give this wonderful pot of soup. Don't go anywhere. Yes, my lovely people, you're welcome to the dining segment of the program Tasty Pot here on Galaxy Television. Yes, if you're just joining us, we've done the cooking, now it's time to do the tasting. Yes, and if I do the tasting and I tell you it tastes good, you might not believe me. You say, after all, maybe she's the one that prepared it. So I've got a guest that will do the tasting, and I'm sure she is not biased, so she'll tell you exactly how it tastes. And today's menu was Afang soup, and we're pairing it with akpu or fufu. But whatever works for you, some will prefer rice, some will prefer eba, whatever works for you. All right. So let me introduce my guest, and then we get straight down to business. She is Mrs. Kautha Agbaje. She is the lead consultant, Sunflower Home Essentials, here in the ancient city of Ibadan. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome to Tasty Pot.
It's a pleasure being here today.
All right, ma'am. So I have placed before you a sumptuous meal of Afang soup and fufu.
It's delicious.
So, thank you, ma'am. In the soup, it's a combination of two different vegetables, water leaf and Afang leaf, otherwise called ukazi leaves, and with lots of protein. There's meat, beef, there's tripe, there's stockfish, there's crayfish, there's pomo, there's everything is right there. You know, Yorubas will call this obele mimeji.
Yes, they will.
All right, ma'am. So please get down to business, taste it, and let our viewers know how it tastes. So viewers at home, I hope you are trying and you're putting down notes so that you can try this at home. You definitely have to do this. If you've not done it before, it's good to try new things so that your family would have something new to taste and they'll keep looking forward to what mommy is going to prepare. Okay? So, ma'am, are you ready to give us your...
Yes, it tastes absolutely delicious.
Thank you, ma'am.
Taste the medley of the crayfish in there with the stockfish, and the fufu is just on point.
Wow.
I haven't had fufu that nice in a long time.
Aww.
The plate looks really nice because you know what they say, presentation is key.
It is.
Yoruba people will say, ojuayo, kinutoyo. So presentation is key, and this is one of those things that a lot of women don't pay attention to. It's really very essential. The ukazi leaf, the water leaf, is actually one of my favorite because it's a very nutritious leaf.
Yes, it is.
Very good for detoxification and all that, and it's one of those leaves that most people don't pay attention to.
Exactly, because it's
actually
cheap.
Loaded with nutrients. It is absolutely delicious.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
like it. I'm sure I'm going to try this out one.
I'll be glad to give you the recipe.
Where you got that fufu from. That fufu is
I'll gladly tell you.
Really nice, really nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
And the leaves taste really fresh. I'm sure it's not didn't come out of the freezer.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It's
really
fresh from the market.
Really fresh. I think I'm going to go on and dig into it.
You are free to do that, ma. So viewers at home, there you have it. You know, when you see a woman that knows how to cook, we are not difficult to, recognize. She said the medley of, the mixture of all the orishirishis. So please, please, please do give it a try, and I assure you, you're going to love it. And when you eventually try it out, be sure to let me know how it tastes. All right, I'll be here to hear from you. Thank you very much for staying tuned till the end of the program. Until next week when you see me again, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. Thank you very much, Mrs. Odutola. Thank you to my crew members. God bless you all. And thank you to you, my wonderful viewers, for, coming back every week to watch me. Until next week when you see my face again, I remain Tolulope Gaskin. Have a wonderful and delicious week ahead. Bye-bye.